Good day. Hey, hey. Hope all is well. I just wanted to speak to the ones, maybe in their early stages of their spiritual awakening. Understand that there are a lot, a lot of videos out here, and it's a lot to go through. So I would say, why not do what he said first, which is to be still, sit with yourself, and ask the questions. Everybody is going through their own spiritual awakening when it comes to these videos that you're seeing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go through what they went through or be experiencing the same things that they're experiencing. It could be that you just haven't even got there yet, and don't go by with how far they are in their spiritual awakening and in certain gifts and all of that it comes. You'll get there. You gotta raise those vibrations, get those frequencies up, reach the godly frequency, and there's levels. Like, you can go up, go down, and I've been to where I actually okay, but yeah. So yeah, I've even been to the stage where I've heard a lot of people have been to that stage, which is where you like kind of fall back from it. It's usually in the beginning stages when you first have it, and the bliss and the uh dark night of the soul and all of that stuff. It's okay, Jada. So yeah, and you start to drift away from it, but then you come back, because no matter how much you try to run from it, get away from it, it will draw you back in at some point. Um, you can't run from it. Once the door has been opened, there is no closing it and running back the other way. It's going to continue to draw you and pull you back in. So, yeah. And listen, I've been through that part where you're in the beginning stages and you're hearing somebody say something like that, and you're like, not me, not the bliss that I'm in, not all this stuff that's coming to me. I would never leave this. Yeah, sometimes you just get caught back up into, your old beliefs and, the old ways that you live, falling back into watching way more TV than you should, and things like that. And something happens, and you catch yourself falling right back to the spiritual awakening and going back to that because you remember what it was and how it felt to be there, and you're experiencing how it was once again before you got to that point. And you're like, you hit that, oh yeah, I'm going back. I don't like it here. I ain't feeling this. Get yourself, let you fall back to a certain low vibration. You'll be coming right back to your spirit, like hopping back into you, what you was doing, what you was practicing, you know, talking into your water, doing your affirmations. You might not have necessarily completely stopped everything. You got things going on in your head. You're still doing some of your rituals when it comes to, like I said, drinking the water that you didn't talk into, or whatever that you was doing that you kind of started to slow down on doing. So yeah, like, it happens. And uh, like what everybody's talking about, Angelo, don't do that. That is not nice. Jada, you have to turn it off. He doesn't like that. And your brother's autistic, and you have to respect his wishes too. Jada, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, thank you. Be mindful of Angelo. You know he can only handle with certain sounds. Okay, so yeah, excuse me about that. So yeah, like you gotta like right, gotta love it, don't love it. A lot of videos out there sounds really really good, and then it's just so much. You're just like, is there a way that I can just know what videos to watch and all this stuff because it's just so much. And then there's a lot of videos that sound really, really good, and I can't stand the ones that say if you don't read this message by God, that come on. And then like the ones that are creating that, really though, like did we get past a point to where now it's becoming just about money and getting the views because you're threatening people to watch your videos, or else God is gonna skip this abundance for you, or like it's gonna be too late and all this other stuff. Don't do that. That's look. First of all, y'all need to pass those messages anyway because of the fact that that's not how it works. You come across stuff when you're supposed to, not when somebody's demanding you to. You know what I mean? It's like you see, and it's not going to be like demanding you like, oh, hold on, wait, God's gonna like strike you down or you're gonna miss this message. No. Now if it's like, now see, I like to put this is a message, from your higher self, because I'm getting a upload about something and it's coming from a higher power, higher vibration, stuff like that. Messages that I get that I make sure that I checked at least about 3 times because I ain't got time to be one of them people that's out here leading people the wrong way. Mind you, I always tell you need to sit with yourself and ask those questions and figure it out because, yeah. Anyway, so you just gotta, sorry, I be doing stuff, be doing stuff. I'm like, help a sister out with the video, like the likes and all that will help me out. Be doing stuff, but I ain't gonna sit there and be forcing people saying God's gonna strike you down and da 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 da. Now that's what I wanted to get back on. You feel and you can sense what videos are meant for you. You come across these videos at the right time. I get divine messages that I share after I check in 3 times to make sure. And because it's coming from higher power, higher self, and it's I make sure that I let people know it's a message from your higher self. And if that's drawing you in and you start listening to the message and it resonates with you, then yes, that message is for you. If you start listening, okay, and it's not resonating with you, but something is still pulling you to still continue to listen, listen to that. Because at some point in time, it's going to make sense to you, and your higher self wanted you to listen to that. But all these threatening messages and people claiming that they know that you're going to get this and that for sure, sit with the Most High and your higher self and the divine ones, which is all and within you. Sit with them and talk to them about it. Don't have, all these angel numbers and all these videos getting you all pumped up thinking stuff is gonna happen and come like within so much time or soon or at least within that year. No, sit with yourself and you ask these questions and you'll get those answers, and then you can feel things as well too. And it's very important because you get yourself caught up in certain messages and stuff like that, and they're not necessarily for you, and then you get into a depression because, okay, good things are coming and stuff like that, but it's like, what about the things that I've been seeing and saying, oh, this big stuff and all the, like, look, you get what you're supposed to get when you're ready, when you're in line, when when your vibrations are at a certain frequency and all of that stuff. It all depends on how you're in line with yourself, which and with the universe, and the universe sees how you're in line. So therefore, you get these things, and you get these codes, and you get these upgrades, and you get all of these abundance and all that you've been waiting for. And the thing is you really tapped in. You realize that you're being guided to these things. You have to meet all of the divine ones that's guiding you. You have to meet them halfway. They're guiding you to what you need to do in order for you to get this prosperity and abundance. It's not just gonna come. You know, you gotta be in line, and then next thing you know, opportunities and certain things will start to come. Doors will start to open because you're in line, you're in tune, and you're prepared for these things that are coming for you. You're not gonna be like one of these that, you know, that's gonna be rich but not happy. You're going to, you know, and then rich, you gotta keep making that money. You wanna be wealthy. Wealthy is when money continues to come even while you're asleep. And then also, like, you're in line and everything, the universe knows your intentions, you know, knows where you stand. Like, it's not about just making you abundant and all that, and your family and all the ones around you, as well as you can see that they get certain people out of your life and all of that too, because not everybody is meant to get that, and they got to go through their journey as well too. Yeah. So, like, yeah, people, places, things, thoughts, actions, these are all things that can grant you and give you everything that you want in life, as well as take it away or block it. So, yeah, you got to find out your soul urge number, your life path number, your zodiac sign, and all of these things, because it tells you who you are, where you should be, what direction you should be going, what makes your soul happy, and all of that stuff. Doesn't necessarily mean those things that make you happy when you find out what your soul urge number is and your research and all of those things. Just because those things are listed, it does not mean that that is what you are supposed to do right then and there. Like, you gotta get to that point, and part of getting in line and stuff like that, and some of the things that could scare you, as well as, you know, you have, most high protection, as well as you just, you gotta do what's best for you, you know. So you gotta figure, you can, here, this, the best advice I would say that I could give someone, and then watch me later on and be like, oh, why didn't I could have said this, could have said that. I hate when I go through that with these videos. Oh my goodness. So let's see if I can get it. Alright, so I would say take everything in. Just like when you're getting advice from somebody. Take what's best for you, except take it another step further, because after that, then you sit and you be still. Meditate, all that, pray, whatever. Like, you can just sit and be still with your eyes open and quiet, and that way, okay? And you ask these questions that are important, and don't always expect it to just happen, but you also have to open your eyes, because trust and believe those answers will come to you. And then the more and more you tap in like that, the more and more you get these messages and so on, whatever. Don't forget, you got animals, you got numbers, you got insects, you got dreams, you at some point, and whatever. Like, just pay attention, look at these things, okay? After you ask these questions, everybody's tapped in a little bit. Everybody is. So if you start opening your eyes and paying attention, you'll be even more tapped in. Okay? I think about how far I've came. And then I still think about how far I still have to go. We all do. I don't care who sounds the best out here on YouTube channels, whatever, whatnot. I understand they still don't know nothing. And if they think that they know everything, then they're blocking wisdom, because one thing you do know when it comes to spiritual awakening, I don't care how much you know, you still know nothing. You still know nothing. And you're still going through experiences all the time. All the time. There is no, I'm done my spiritual awakening. No. It's just like life. You're experiencing things, you're living life, like everything could change by whatever choice you make. So just take that in consideration when you're dealing with your spiritual awakening as well too. Hold on, I'm looking for it. We can cut out here. So, you guys have a great one. Much love. Hope you like, subscribe. I'm here to share, show, through experience and what I've been through, and maybe I can help someone else possibly not go through it or understand it even more. So yeah, peace, not peace that's for peace. Much love.